Hi guys, what's up? It's your boy Crypto Marco yet again with another awesome video on the topic of cryptocurrencies, and today let's talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, undisputed number one and number two in the cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin done by Satoshi Nakamoto that nobody knows of, and Vitalik Buterin on the Ethereum hand side. So I'm going to give you my long-term prediction and analysis on the current situation with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And keep in mind that everything I say is only my personal opinion and not professional financial advice. If you enjoy this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and comment down below with your Litecoin address, because among everybody commenting, I'm giving away a small amount of Litecoin. So if you are new to the cryptocurrency world, which is really possible because there are so many people who want to find out more about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, I highly recommend you to type what is Bitcoin into YouTube and see an explanation of what is Bitcoin. There are great videos on what is Bitcoin and what is the blockchain that visualize everything that I could explain 10 times better. So I would recommend for you to go there. Also highly recommend the Wikipedia article on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Basically, I'm going to explain to you the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum in a nutshell, and then we're going to go on and talk about it. So if you are a veteran in the cryptocurrency space, feel free to jump this part. So basically, Bitcoin, obviously decentralized digital cryptocurrency with a public ledger and blockchain, run by a peer-to-peer network with every computer having the software on it becoming a node, so a part of the network, and by a proof of work you can decipher mathematical problems with your hashing power on your computer, and you get a little piece of Bitcoin with every solution you provide for the network. And Ethereum has it works in a similar way, but Ethereum is considered the second generation of cryptocurrencies because Ethereum implemented something that's called smart contracts. So smart contracts are something that you could call a if XYZ then XYZ function. So if a certain event happens, then something gets triggered. And the special thing about that is this is done completely without humans interfering. So many people who have current jobs now that are kind of not that demanding could face great threats by machines such as Ethereum, because those smart contracts could make human interaction obsolete in many different ways. And this would mean cutting costs, cutting waiting time, and increasing efficiency. So Ethereum could be a revolution for everything that has to do with programming. Although you need to know that if you want to program something in Ethereum, you have to use the Ethereum programming language that is called Solidity. So Ethereum has its own programming language, and Ethereum has a lot of potential, and still, even though they're very similar, Ethereum and Bitcoin, there are fundamental differences. So I'm gonna use Coin Checkup for this one because offers a little bit more in-depth analysis than CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is our best friend, and currently, as you can see, CoinMarketCap, a lot of coins are going up, but I think that right now I don't have enough information on CoinMarketCap. So let us see what Coin Checkup says. And as you can see, in the last 7 days, while Bitcoin was losing 24%, actually 25%, Ethereum gained 54%. And you can see that in the last 30 days, Bitcoin gained 40% and Ethereum also 34%. So they're pretty similar when it comes to that. But if you check out the return of investment, the total ROI between Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can see that Ethereum does have a slighter edge over Bitcoin, but keep in mind that the data that Coin Checkup uses is not from 2009 when Bitcoin was issued the first time. So you have to know that. So as you all know, the price of Bitcoin increased and peaked at $20,000, and this happened on the 17th of December, almost $20,000. And since then, it has been declining. And why did this happen? So prior to that, the CBOE issued futures that are using Bitcoin to gamble on the worth of Bitcoin, how much it will be worth one day. And while this does increase the popularity of Bitcoin, one problem that comes with that is that more people use Bitcoin, and that means that Bitcoin is getting more expensive to send and it takes longer. And with that comes a lesser practicality. So if you want to do a transaction that is worth $20 and you have to pay $20 worth of fees, then you kind of feel fucked and you don't want to do that. Plus, it takes a lot of time. But there are many cryptocurrencies that are having transaction cost issues when they become more popular. Same goes with Bitcoin Cash and with Litecoin, for example. Many people switched to a Litecoin when Bitcoin was extremely expensive, and this caused the transaction fees of Litecoin to triple. Although they were still, at the end of the day, a lot less expensive than, for example, Bitcoin. One thing that Bitcoin has a problem with is the scalability. So I think right now, currently, you can do like 5 to 8 transactions per second with Bitcoin. Compare that to 20 transactions per second that Ethereum can do. And then again, you have 1,500 transactions that Ripple can do. So there are fundamental reasons why other cryptocurrencies have a technological edge over Bitcoin. And to be honest, a lot of, like, I don't know if there's a cryptocurrency out there that is like slower or more expensive than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just, now that so many people have gained interest on Bitcoin, you can see that it's kind of becoming, how should I say it? It's not that stable as it used to be. So as popular demand and popularity of Bitcoin increased, so did the fees and so did the time you needed for Bitcoin to be sent. And as you can see, this showed itself in a decline of value. So people saw how much that sucks and the value of Bitcoin went down. And one of the reasons why Bitcoin Cash increased so much in value is, of course, because Bitcoin Cash is kind of the same like Bitcoin. I mean, it's a fork, so it pretty much came out of Bitcoin semen, but it's faster and cheaper to send. One thing that Bitcoin Cash is always talking about is, hey guys, look, we have a much higher block size. So while Bitcoin has a block size of 1 megabyte, Bitcoin Cash has a block size of 8 megabytes, and you can compare that to a highway. So Bitcoin is a highway with 1 lane and Bitcoin Cash is a highway with 8 lanes. Does that mean that it's faster? Probably does. But does that mean it's a total solution for scalability? So what does a highway of 8 lanes help you when the traffic is increasing by 1,000-fold? So imagine that. So this is, in my opinion, it's not a complete solution for the scalability issue. Although I think, of course, Bitcoin Cash has some great advantages over Bitcoin. And I don't like the fact that the Bitcoin Cash community is firing so much shots toward Bitcoin Core, how they call it. But then again, every cryptocurrency out there has kind of its own cult. So as technology goes right now, I think that Ethereum has the edge over Bitcoin, but you have to keep in mind that Bitcoin has so much more trust than other cryptocurrencies. And this might be something that's distinguishing Bitcoin between other cryptocurrencies. So to be honest, I love Bitcoin. I can't imagine a world where Bitcoin isn't on the #1 spot. But guys, right now Bitcoin is on a decline, and we just saw firsthand where the limit of Bitcoin's, technology is. So when it comes, if I would have to pick a winner, Ethereum on Bitcoin, to be honest, I would really pick Ethereum, even though their technology isn't that much advanced as Bitcoin. They do have higher transaction speed and the smart contracts. But keep in mind that this is just my personal opinion. When you're investing into something, you always need to know where the applicational value is, and I think that Ethereum has in this world just a slight edge over Bitcoin. So I hope you have success with all your trades. I hope that you're very happy and you have a great Christmas, and thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.